Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. Honestly, if you can laugh at me as much as I laugh at myself, we're a team. I did quite a bit of recording putting this Creativity Takes Courage journal together. No, it's not done, but I had to stop and take a minute, take a breath, because my videos didn't turn out and they're really weird. I don't know if weird's the right way, but they just didn't work right. And then my holder for my phone that I record with broke. So to, jerry-rig, engineer all these different things to try and make it work. It's been one thing after another. So I want to just do a quick little walkthrough on this with you. And then after this little introduction, I'm going to have hyper speed putting this page together and one other one together. So it's about the layering, and it will not have sound. It's just going to be quick. I mean, unless I can add music to it, but I think when you add music, then ramp up the speed. I don't know how that works, actually, if the music is then just too much. Anyway, for what it's worth, that's what I'm going to do. So, and, otherwise it's just brutal watching me, audition each little piece for the page. It's like, yeah, will this work? Will that work? Yep. And, and it's not really something that, it's not rocket science. It's really not. I don't want to say it's easy, because that I don't think is fair. It takes a little time to learn what you like. Like, I kind of know what I like, or even if it's just the theme, because we are all amazing artists. We're just amazing, and we can do whatever we want. With this medium, we can do whatever we want. And it's just kind of following that flow. Right now, I'm really stuck on these darn paper dolls, and it's okay. It's okay. This is going to be a cool journal for whoever gets this, if anyone buys it, actually. So anyway, so I don't want to torture you with moment by moment. And I will try to record another video of maybe putting another page together or doing some other things, because there are tons of tags in this journal that need to be embellished. That's the word I want. So anyway, so this is a page that you will see afterwards on hyperspeed. This journal is probably going to change quite a bit, because look at that. That is so darn fat. It is huge. What is it? At this moment, it's like 4 inches wide. And the spine, I think I did at 2.5. So you see, I don't have these, obviously they're not stitched in, but I mean, this is a fat boy. So I may pull some of the signatures out and split this into 2 journals, or 1 journal and 1 little mini folio kind of book thing. So just keep that in mind, because it is, otherwise it's just this giant crocodile mouth. So I'm going to unwrap it a bit. I don't know what that is on there. And it'll burst apart because I have it all together. So if you remember, maybe not, if you're brand new, thanks for joining me. If you've been here before, you know how consistently inconsistent I have been with videos. But anyway, you can go back and look at other videos on how this cover was kind of born, if you will. So I probably should have showed you this. It's not all glued together yet. See, that is not glued to that, which is, this is the inside. This is the outside. This is the spine, and that is the back. And what is that on there? A little bit of handmade paper just hanging out. Anyway, this was super fun to do. I love this technique. I love building up the textures and playing with all of that. So having said that, I'm gonna pull everything out of here and we'll go through this one little bit at a time. And, you know, because I think this is probably already, I'm probably already 5 minutes into this. I may just do like the silent movie, the silent movie of me putting these, signature pages together in another video. But you'll be able to figure it out. You know, if it's not in this one, then it will be in another one. You know, and there's lots of old videos. I shouldn't say lots of old videos, but there's quite a few old videos on my channel. So, all right, so here is one of the signatures. Whoops, that's why that wasn't sitting in there, right? Anyway, I made a kind of a little cover, yeah, I guess it would be a signature cover, if you will, for each one, and each front and back of the signature cover has a sturdy pocket, which I haven't made the inserts for yet. This technique of making this signature cover, it's made from book pages, and it was from a textbook. Just a textbook, a history textbook. That's the word I'm looking for. And all I did was put gesso over the pages, reinforce the pages on the seam with sewing pattern material. Not material, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And then coated it with a matte gel medium that I kind of just mix up like everybody does. You know, you just have a matte gel that you use, it's your favorite, and throw in a little bit of vintage photo or walnut stain, or, you know, just kind of mix it and dilute it until you get what you want. Because what I wanted was, I didn't want it shiny. It's a little shiny. It's really smooth and nice, but it's not like super shiny. Like, see, it pulled out just some really fun different colors and textures. Anyway, then I tore holes in the book pages because they were super fragile because this book was really old. But I tore into it, and on the reverse side, you can kind of see in here, excuse me, I just doubled up, layered more book pages on top of book pages on the inside, on the back side, I guess that would be the more correct word. Then I pulled some images out of that textbook to use, and then glued them backwards. Well, actually, step back, Julie, pay attention to what you're saying. I tore this open, kind of scrunched it all up and made it all funny looking and raggedy. Sorry about that. Tycoon. Anyway, and then I just used some black gesso around the edge. Then I put the image on. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pause for a second. Tycoon. No, maybe not. I have no idea. It's probably the mailman, you know, or Leaf. He's the only one barking. Anyway, gesso around it because I didn't want to get it on the image, even though in some places I did, and it doesn't look bad. It's not awful, but for the most part, the only reason it's on some of the images is because I got impatient and I wanted to start sewing it all together. So before I sewed it together as a double kind of tuck, I sewed around each little photo and did some stamping on it. You know, I mean, you recognize these stamps. These are both Tim Holtz stamps. There, it's, let me grab this one. It's this one, the compass, and My stamps are really grungy because I use them a lot. And this one. So those are the two stamps I used on the outside cover of that. Then I put some lace in. This one got a little mungy right there, but it's mungy grungy, so I'm not too worried about it. Then this is probably not going to stay here because what's happening is that it is binding up in the center fold, and I don't like that. So I'll probably hang that somewhere else. This is just, I did one for each page, and it's just a sample of this paper. Did we do this paper together? Yes, I think so. We made this paper with alcohol inks. I thought I recorded that, but maybe not. Anyway, it's just alcohol inks on book pages with some texture and crackle. It was alcohol. I shouldn't say alcohol inks. It was the Tim Holtz Distress inks and oxides. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Anyway, and then a little piece of the lace that's throughout the journal, a button, and a couple of little beads. And it just made I'll probably just pin it on one of these tags. For now, I'm going to set it in that little bowl right there. So you can see this guy. So I started with the number 2 with these numbers are so cool. They're vintage numbers from the kiosk, if you will, at the pulpit that from the charity shop is supported by a church. And anyway, it was from a church where that you put up the chapter and verse of what to look up or what the study is about. And it's big bold letters, and now, gosh, everybody uses video screens, it seems. So they got rid of these, and they're so cool. Anyway, so I started with 2. I may come back and do a 1 because I have a whole lot of them, depending on how. I have a whole lot of pages here. How I decide to, change this up. So, having said that, there's a pocket here. Oh, there's one of my little stamps I was going to use. Not a pocket, a tuck right here. And all these tags need to be decorated. And one here on each one of these pages. So here's a page with a little bit of thread from the inside cover. Let's go over the inside. Here's the inside cover again. So I just pulled some threads from this and use those here. Some of the, some torn bits from some of the pages that are in each signature. And yeah, just stitched them on there and then glued them on. I just made kind of a snippet, if you will. So each signature is almost identical. So we'll just go through one. Tea dyed paper, coffee dyed, handmade paper, some, I'm not sure if this is like a butcher type paper or what it is. I had a bunch in my art supplies from back in the day. We're talking back in the day, probably from the late 70s, early 80s. A book page, a tea dye paper, packing paper, tea dye paper, and you'll see a few of these have a little bit of an impression of the, let me see if I can grab a piece of it. Yeah, this. When I dyed this, and I just laid it out, and it absorbed some of the ink into the paper. Yeah, here's another piece. But this is just tracing paper. Another page like that, so I may mix this up. Just keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. Tea dye paper, a concordance page, this is lovely paper. It just has such a great crinkle to it. And I'll probably put some gesso on this, but I don't know. I like the feel and sound of it. We'll see. There's that still up in the air. More pages, some graph paper, music paper, and each one has a sheet of the music paper that I used underneath when we were doing the inks and textures and you know, splatters on the cover deal. So there's those. Some vintage Japanese rice paper. It's just absolutely beautiful. More coffee dyed. That's one was coffee dyed for sure. Some more graph paper. Some craft type packing paper. Ledger paper. Note card. And this little bit right here are just some extra pockets that I'm probably going to put in somewhere. And then, excuse me, and then also a tab. This is just a little, each one has kind of a different little thing. And these are made from piano paper and music paper. Excuse me. And that will just, that definitely will change. But that is what is in each signature. A folder, a front page, and then tons of writing space. And there may be a few envelopes. We'll see how it goes. Here's the next one. So like I said, I started with 2, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I did a 7 just so I could show y'all how to kind of layer. So same idea, same. Wonderful little camel and it's really people of the world. It's just people from every continent. And I kind of wish I had another one of these history books, and I wish I wouldn't have tossed some of the pages. I did. I just tossed them because they were old and crumbly, and once I don't know, I shouldn't have tossed them, but I did. You know how you get just too much stuff and you're like, like this page, it's like so much going on it that it's hard to really focus on any one thing. But there you go, that's me. So these need some, a little more decoration on them. Obviously, something to kind of make them pop out a little bit. This doesn't have anything on it. Neither does this one. And then there are 2 in here, guys in here. And this little girl, oh, and there's one more here, right here. And then I'll I think you can probably see this. I don't think it's too hard to see anything in there except when it reflects. But yeah, it's super busy. If you're not into super busy, you are not gonna like this journal. Except that if you could just like turn the page, then there's just loads of blankness. This one, whoops. Here's the other one, and I believe this is New York City. I believe. I forgot. My bad. This is probably somewhere in China, I imagine, or Japan. Something like that. On this one, it's probably Norway or the Netherlands, somewhere like that. Same deal here, fisherman. Very cool, love it. And then this is number 4. It only has 1 tag and pocket in the front page here. And really, you know, my goal was to make a journal that was for journaling. And that's why I don't have like a ton of pockets inside yet, but you know me, over the top. Oh, right. So this one's cool. This girl, she's obviously milking a goat. I don't know where this is. Oh, that needs a little bit of black paint on it, maybe, or not. It's fine. It's a junk journal. It's super grungy. Here's someone trimming palm trees. I think that's what they're doing. It's a palm tree for sure. Some people, they're farming and have what do you call that thing? A sickle, where they're cutting things. This is some kind of probably steam engine boat, tug, something. There's that. And then I love this page so much. It's just so fun. Because, I think we talk a lot about in in composition, in art, how to make things balance and, you know, keep the eye moving but still have a focal point. Well, with mine, you're just kind of all over the place with it. But it did try to focus on getting color. So this got a little bit bright because I put the rock candy on here. I think you can see that. I have no idea where my lens is, but anyway, excuse me. It has the rock candy on it. So it came really bright. Otherwise, it was very in tune with the other colors in here, like 3 spots of color basically that went together. And then the 5, it just worked out. There's 5 people here. There's 5 mushrooms here. So cute. Although there are 6 little tags in here. So, you know, it's just something. I love this little bunny. Look, did you see this little bunny hiding back here? It's adorable, right? Love with all your heart. I guess I forgot to read the sentiments on the other ones. Some tiny little tags in this front pocket under the 5, and then some larger tags. Not large, they're tiny back here. And I just made these pretty much out of like a craft stock paper and file folder. So there's that one. 1 more to go, and then I can let you go. This image, it looks like a village somewhere. Maybe it's the Congo. I don't know. I should have spent more time reading that history book. Then here is a man and his dog and his child with sheep. Yeah, what are those? Sheep. And on this one, the back one, some more cityscapes. Yeah, this one is Paris actually. And I believe this is Paris also. Back in the day. Way back in the day. Yeah, it would have been nice if I would have saved that, huh? But I didn't. Anyway, okay, so this is number 6, and it has, this is a pocket with these 3 little small tags here. There's a pocket behind with 3 tags behind there. And up here, this is a pocket with 3 tags here. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is a pocket with 2 tags in here. And then behind it, I thought I did a pocket behind it too. 1, 2, nope, maybe not. Let me pull that out for a second. 2. So 1, 2, 3 pockets. That's right. There are 3 pockets. Yeah. So there you go. There's that. And you know, some of these tags, maybe we can move throughout the book, throughout the journal, and maybe put bits of, you know, paper and envelope and things like that in these pockets. That's maybe an option. So there's that. That is all of them. And then this one, like I say, is the one that we kind of sort of did together. This is the finished. It right at the end where where I stopped it is when my mount broke for my camera. So I ended up finishing it off camera. And I ended up, one of the things that I was showing on the video is when you want to raise these, like the backboards, like Tim Holtz has the backboards, which I just love. They're just thicker pieces with, what's that, chipboard. You know, your images are just backed with chipboard, so they're a little thicker. Each of the clocks, I put some chipboard on. I think you can see that, I think. And then this guy who had this wonky weird arm, I don't even know. This is just weird. He's just weird. I don't know what to do with him, but that's what I did with him. Anyway, he is raised up. I used the chipboard behind him, and then I used the chipboard behind the mushroom. And in that video, you'll see I'm trying to explain when you trace around your image to get that chipboard piece to put behind. If you want it fairly flush rather than just a little raised square here, or rectangle or whatever, just trace it and then cut on the inside lines of what you've traced. And then you'll have a good solid chipboard piece. And here's another little piece right here. Oh, and look, there's lots of little critters hiding around in these on these pages. So this may be in another subcategory journal of this whole thing. Anyway, that is that. I hope you enjoyed that kind of crazy, unfinished, informal flip through. And yeah, we're already at 25 minutes. I can't believe it took 25 minutes to explain all this. So I will not add that fast forward video to the end of this. I will add it. I will just do a separate one. So God bless you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks for subscribing. I mean, I love that you subscribe, but most importantly, I just hope that it will just inspire you to have some fun, you know, just play with what you have and have some faith in yourself and know that you are amazing. You are truly amazing. So God bless you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.